Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine? Not from the cold, but from the feeling that you're being watched. Imagine you're high in the Himalayas, surrounded by nothing but snow and silence. Suddenly, a deep, guttural growl echoes through the peaks, and you see a massive footprint in the snow, a footprint that doesn't belong to any known animal. This is the world of the Yeti, the legendary, abominable snowman. For centuries, tales of this creature have haunted the highest mountains on Earth, a place where humans are merely visitors. Is it a myth, a misidentified animal, or something else entirely? Today, we journey into the heart of the Himalayas to uncover the truth behind one of the world's most enduring mysteries. The story of the Yeti begins not with modern explorers, but with the people who have called the Himalayas home for generations. The Sherpa communities of Nepal and Tibet have stories passed down through centuries, tales of a towering, bipedal creature covered in thick white or brown fur. They don't see it as a monster, but as a guardian spirit of the mountains, a powerful being deserving of respect. They call it Mede, which translates to man-bear for them. The Yeti is as real as the mountains themselves, a reclusive and powerful force of nature that roams the treacherous, icy slopes. These stories were just local folklore, whispers on the wind, until the outside world began to venture into these remote peaks. The first documented reports from Westerners began trickling out in the 19th century. Explorers and mountaineers, pushing the limits of human endurance, started reporting strange encounters. They found enormous, unexplained footprints pressed deep into the snow, far too large to be human, and unlike any animal track they recognized. These tracks often appeared in remote, high-altitude areas, where survival for any large creature seemed impossible. Imagine being thousands of feet up a mountain, the air thin and freezing, and stumbling upon a fresh set of prints leading off into a blizzard. It was these eerie discoveries that planted the first seeds of the Yeti legend in the Western imagination. The mystery exploded onto the global stage in 1951. British mountaineer Eric Shipton, while exploring a glacier on Mount Everest, stumbled upon a line of huge, clearly defined footprints. He took a photograph, a simple black and white image that would become one of the most iconic and debated pieces of evidence in the history of cryptozoology. The footprint was massive, about 13 inches long, with a distinct shape that didn't match a bear or any other known animal. The photo was published in newspapers worldwide, and suddenly the Yeti was no longer just a local legend. It was a global phenomenon. People were captivated. What could possibly make such a print at over 19,000 feet? Following Shipton's discovery, a flood of expeditions set out for the Himalayas, all hoping to be the first to find definitive proof of the Yeti. Renowned climbers and adventurers, including Sir Edmund Hillary, who first conquered Everest, organized dedicated Yeti hunts. They interviewed countless local villagers, collecting first-hand accounts and ancient stories. Many climbers on these and other expeditions reported their own unsettling experiences. They would be hunkered down in their tents during raging snowstorms, only to hear strange, deep growls that seemed to vibrate through the very ground. Others reported hearing heavy, rhythmic footsteps circling their camps at night, just beyond the reach of their lanterns. The mystery deepened with even more disturbing accounts. Some expeditions returned to their high-altitude camps to find them in disarray. Tents were torn or shredded, but not in a way that suggested a bear attack. The damage was often precise, as if something had deliberately ripped through the canvas from the outside. Pit inside, supplies were often untouched, and there were no signs of a struggle or a frantic animal searching for food. It was as if something intelligent had been investigating the camp, curious but not necessarily aggressive. These strange events left experienced mountaineers baffled and spooked. What kind of creature would exhibit such behavior? Naturally, science demanded an explanation. Skeptics and researchers have proposed numerous theories over the years. The most common explanation is misidentification. The Himalayas are home to the Tibetan blue bear and the Himalayan brown bear, large and powerful animals that can stand on their hind legs. From a distance, in a snowstorm, could a bear be mistaken for a humanoid figure? It's certainly possible. Scientists argue that when a bear walks, its rear paw can overprint its front paw track, creating a single, larger, and seemingly more human-like footprint in the snow. This could explain the famous Shipton photograph and other similar tracks. Another theory points to the possibility of an unknown primate. Some researchers have speculated that a relict population of Gigantopithecus, a giant prehistoric ape thought to be long extinct, could have survived in the isolated valleys of the Himalayas. This creature, known only from fossilized teeth and jawbones, was a massive primate that could have fit the descriptions of the Yeti. The idea is tantalizing. A living fossil hiding in one of the most inaccessible places on Earth. However, there's a significant problem. There is zero fossil evidence of Gigantopithecus ever living in the Himalayas. Then came the age of DNA analysis. With modern technology, surely we could solve the mystery once and for all. Over the years, numerous alleged Yeti samples have been collected: tufts of hair found on trees, pieces of skin, and even bone fragments. Scientists have eagerly tested these samples, hoping to find a match to an unknown species. The results, however, have been frustratingly inconclusive. Many samples turned out to be from known animals like bears, goats, or even humans. But a few have yielded more puzzling results. Some DNA tests have returned sequences that didn't perfectly match any known species in the genetic databases. They were close to certain types of bears, but with unique genetic markers. This has led some to suggest the Yeti might be an undiscovered subspecies of bear, or perhaps a hybrid. One of the most comprehensive studies, published in 2017, analyzed 9 different Yeti samples. Most were confirmed to be from local bear species. But this doesn't fully close the case. The fact that so many sightings and stories can be attributed to bears still doesn't explain everything. It doesn't explain the accounts of intelligent behavior, the specific nature of the damage to tents, or the consistent descriptions of a bipedal, apolic creature from witnesses who are intimately familiar with the local wildlife, including bears. Could there be two phenomena happening at once? A combination of bare misidentification and something else, something still unknown. The ultimate question remains, why? With all our modern technologies, drones, higher resolution cameras, and DNA testing, has no one ever captured a clear photograph, a video, or the body of a Yeti? The Himalayas are vast, covering an area of over 230,000 square miles. Much of this terrain is incredibly rugged, inaccessible, and barely explored. It's one of the last true wildernesses on our planet. If a creature was intelligent, reclusive, and existed in very small numbers, it's entirely plausible that it could remain hidden from us, especially if it primarily resides in areas humans rarely, if ever, venture. The legend of the Yeti is a perfect storm of mystery, adventure, and the unknown. It taps into our primal fascination with the wild and the possibility that our world still holds incredible secrets. Whether the Yeti is a phantom of the mountains, a rare species of bear, or a genuine, undiscovered primate, its story endures. It reminds us that there are still places on this earth that are beyond our full understanding and control. The silence of the snow, the howl of the wind, and the shadow of the mountains continue to keep the secret of the Yeti safe. What do you think? Is there something out there, walking the lonely peaks of the Himalayas? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysteries.